Hey, hi Sai. Hi Pratish. Hi everyone. My voice is comfortable. My voice is audible to everyone.
Yes, it's audible for me.
Okay, great. Okay, guys, let's start. I'm presenting myself. Just confirm me once you can see my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, Pradesh.
Okay, great. So I will ask someone if they can record. Payal, you can record the session now. And Ayush, even you can also record the session. Payal and Ayush. Okay, let me introduce myself. See, I'm Pritish Kumar Tripathi, currently working in one of the topmost MNC company in the world, which is Cognizant. Okay, and if I'll come to myself, right now I'm doing my MTech in artificial intelligence and data science from IIT Jodhpur, and I do have certifications. Like I do have AWS certification, I do have Azure certification, I do have Kubernetes certification, and I do have Terraform certification. Okay. So this certification is very important. I will come to that. But before that, let me introduce to this course. As everyone knows that today we have all gathered for the uh, for a workshop which in which we are going to deliver some concepts regarding the AWS and DevOps. Okay. So let me say what is AWS and all. See, AWS is nothing but it's a cloud platform. Okay. It's a cloud platform in which we are going to implement lots of tools. Uh, just a second, guys.
ఇవాళను
See, AWS is a cloud platform in which we are going to implement lot of DevOps tools. Slowly, I will make you understand. See, the main thing is that why we want to have this course. Why you have to be very vigorous to learn this course. See, right now, DevOps is one of the current trending domain which is going on, and a lot of companies like Tech Mahindra, Accenture, Infosys, Cognizant, Value Lab, TCS, Capgemini, Wipro, they are all hiring for this. Okay, but frankly saying, the entire interview system right now, what I feel, because I belongs to this recruiting team, so what I feel, the entire system is been changed. Previously they used to ask direct questions, like somebody, if you do know what is instance, how many types of instance are there in cloud optimized, cost optimized conditions, what is Git and all. But right now the things are getting changed. Okay, the things are getting changed, and it's being very difficult to crack the interview without any real time exposure. As you all know that you have to be very precise on the things. Is my voice is clear? See, we have to be very precise on the things that we need to understand what the interviewer is asking for us from us. Okay, what the interviewer is thinking and why he will recruit us. Okay, if you are giving a 4 year of experience, because a lot of people currently, even in India and outside India, they are trying for the proxy and all, because of some certain thing, or they are giving some additional experience. So how to approach those kind of things? Okay, So if you do have a real time exposure, that means if you do know that in a certain project what is going to happen, okay, then what is the client requirement, then it will be easy for you to crack the interview. So the entire the course curriculum what I have designed, it is designed in a such a way that we are going to implement each and every concept through the project oriented basis. That means suppose a client requirement will be there in some xyz tool, and we are going to read that xyz tool, then how, what should be the client requirement? Our objective is not to gain knowledge, frankly saying, because here we all gathered to get a job. Yes or no? Here we have all gathered to crack the interview. To get the job, our mindset should be in such a position that how we will crack the interview. And out of 100 people, out of 100 students who are joining, they are not focusing on the interview oriented things, they are focusing on learning oriented things. If you will ask a normal guy that how you will go to approach, then his or his answer will be that I will learn the concept, then after slowly I'll start preparing for the interview. But currently the demand is not as per like that. So what we need to do, we need to focus on the interview. We need to focus how to clear the interview. Even you do know only two tools, how to make a weapon, how to weaponize those two tools so that we will get clear the interview. Okay. So this is the course content what we are going to do. Okay, like we will be introducing to the cloud computing, introduction of DevOps, then some brief description about how the server cloud computing concept and all. What are the challenges we are facing in the distributed computing? What is cloud computing? Why cloud computing? And what are the computing benefits? But do you think, is this really necessary for us? If some guy here, everyone, there are very few people who wants to go through a fresher, okay, but lot of people are here who want to categorize themselves as an experience holder. But do you think that people will ask you these questions? Do you understand that people will ask you these questions? What is your point of view, Jesse? Jesse or Sai, what is your point of view? Is the interviewer going to ask these kind of questions? Guys, am I audible?
No.
Yeah. Yes, I want an answer from you. Do you think that these questions are relevant for an experienced holder? Will they ask these questions?
No. No interviewer will ask this question.
Exactly. So, but what we are doing, we are focusing on these things. We are focusing what is cloud computing, what are the different types of cloud computing. We are focusing on these small things. Where we need to focus on the larger scenario, we are focusing on the smaller things and we are getting happy. Okay. So, in this curriculum, I do not want to teach all these small things. Okay, like cloud delivery, it is as PaaS and SaaS. 99% who are going to start a DevOps training, or who are going to enroll in this program, they will at least watch some video, yes or no. And in those preliminary videos, they will get all these details. So it is not necessary at all for a norm, means for us to go through these things. Okay, what is necessary, I will say you. Okay, what are the topics which is necessary, I will say you, even it is a small or big. Like I will say you have to read this private, public and hybrid hybrid cloud. What will be the benefit of this? Now, in back of your mind, you do know the concept. Here, we do not need to do any mastery. Are you getting my point? Here, there, we do not need to do any mastery. Is it clear? So, our main point of view is that we should be only focusing on those things which is predominantly useful for clearing the interview. Okay, our main focus should be how we will clear the interview. Can you see my screen? Okay. See, in this topic, I will just say you some basic concept which we are going to learn, like some basic terms of Linux, which is essential. Okay. Then I will come to some basic tools like Python. Okay. Python is a programming language. Okay. Python is a programming language. So yes, we are going to go deep dive into this. As current market trend is there, you need to learn one of the language. Okay, and this is a programming language, and Python is the easiest one. Python is the easiest one to learn and to implement. Okay, like how to do the automation, because DevOps is nothing but it is an automation tool. Okay, then how you are doing this automation, how you are writing the script. There are two modes for this. Either we will use Python or either we will use shell script. Okay, shell script, the basic is Linux. You can easily understand if you do have a little bit idea in Linux. Okay, then Python is, again I said, whatever I will give you the presentation over here, it is more than enough for you to learn the concept and to do implement in your project oriented thing and to clear the interview. Okay, then I will go for the Lambda, CloudFormation, some of the basic tools like Jenkins, GitHub, Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes is missing here, Ansible. We are going to concentrate on each topic. Okay. Then coming to what are the services we are going to learn in AWS, the predominant one is identify and access management. There are a lot of subcomponents present over here, like how to create the users and all, how to create the roles, what is group, how to give the policy. So when we will deep dive into this, we will come across these questions. Now, what are the services we are going to learn? The basic services will be IAM, Elastic Cloud Computing, Simple Storage Service, EBS, again block storage, load balancing with RDS, then auto scaling, VPC, CloudFormation, ACS, SNS, Lambda, CloudTrail, Route 53, Glacier, and KMS. So these are the different services in which we are going to focus, and we will see what is the requirement of the client. Like suppose I will slowly go into that. So this is the overview of the entire curriculum I'm just showing you. Okay, like in EC2, what are the things we are going to do? In EBS, what are the things we are going to do? How to take snapshot, how to take volumes, what is the performance, how to do encrypt the volume and all, what is cross region snapshot. If I want to share my content to another guy who is, suppose I from here, I'm sitting in India and I want to send to Jesse who is in Canada. If I will send to you, how I will send. So this sort of thing we will learn. Okay. In load balancer, how to create the load balancer, what is internal and external load balancer, how the traffic and all is happening, how we will attach the subnet, what is the security group, how is the listener configuration, everything we will go bit by bit. Okay. And everything will be in such a way that the client requirement will be there. That means when, suppose from day one, if you go inside a company and from day one your work starts, then how you are going to implement, what are the things the client will give you and how you will do the work. With this scenario, I will help you to learn the concept. Okay. So whatever I have given till now, it is the overview of the configuration, the registration, the migration and all. what are the things we are going to do in Lambda, what are the things we are going to do in CloudFormation, how to write the JSON file, how to write the YAML file, how to introduce those things in Terraform, okay? And again in Python, how we will install in the Windows, what are the input and output statement we have to give, what is list, set, tuple, what are the function of Python, everything simply we were going to learn. And these are some configuration things like in what is configuration management tool and all, how do you install, what is the playbook, then what is Docker, how we will install, what is the architecture, what is Docker volume, what is Docker networking, what is Docker compose, and then in Jenkins how we will do the job creation, what is the pipeline, the CI/CD. The CI/CD is called as the heart of the DevOps. So how we are going to deploy those things in Jenkins, what is Git, how we will log in into the Git, what is webhook and all, how to do integration with Git. So these everything we are going to focus on. And the main thing right now which is running in the market is called as Terraform, how to write the Terraform contains, how to write the Terraform codes, what are the Terraform plugins we are going to use. So those things will be the entire how, what are the variable files, what is module, that will be the concept which we are going to entirely focus on this. Okay, now I will give you a use case. For example, see here, what is a use case? My client need a web server with separate volume of operating system and data storage. A web page should be on Linux platform or any sort of volume, and web server should be accessed by a static public IP. And lastly, we need to take up a backup of the web server and need to ensure that in any situation we can switch the web server location. Okay, so this use case is, can anyone say where, what are the services we are going to learn from these use case? Pooja, Sai, anyone who can say?
EC2 service.
Sai, any idea?
Yeah, by institutions,
VPC.
VPC and this all values.
VPC concept will not come here.
Volumes.
VPC concept will not come here. See what is here. My client requirement is he need a web server. Okay, he need a web server. Where we will host a web server? We will host a web server inside a EC2 instance. Okay. And while creating the EC2 instance, we are giving a volume, we are giving a database to it, whether it is root volume or unrooted volume. Okay. Then, that is the first point. Then, it should be a Linux platform or a window platform. The second use case, if you will see, I have given a window platform. The first use case is Linux platform. Second use case is window platform. Either of I will show you one of the thing, and you have to implement those things in the other. Now here, web server should access by a static public IP. Static public IP means elastic IP service will come here. Don't worry, I will go from the scratch. You will, and right now it will be difficult for you to understand these things maybe, but at end of these use cases, at whenever we were going to start these use cases, once I will give you the overview, you will feel confident that yes, I do know a lot of things. Yes, I do have the idea about the EC2 instance. Yes, if I get a job, if the client requirement will come that what is going to do, how is going to do, I can implement those things. Are you getting my point? So this is the entire overview of this program. Now, two things is very necessary. Two things is very much necessary right now. See, we are going to clear the concept. I am going to clear the concept using whatever the use cases. Okay. whatever the use cases I do have more than 40 use cases. Okay, I do have more than 40 use cases to explain the entire AWS as well as entire DevOps tool. Okay, but I do not want to do lot of complication for you. Okay, so what I have decided, I will take AWS services, I will do Jenkins part, I will please someone can mute if anyone is there who has not done mute, please mute yourself. See, entire Docker Kubernetes part I will consider, but two things I will not take, that is Terraform and Ansible. Terraform and Ansible will be given by one of our other trainer who is Ravindranath Maharana. Okay, I guess he is also there in this meeting. So even I will say him to give a means in upcoming classes I will say him to give a brief introduction about what he is going to do and how he's going to do. Okay. Now coming to the classes and all. See, weekly we will do 4 classes. Weekly we will do 4 classes. We will have class on Monday. We will have class on Tuesday. Okay. See, this Wednesday I will say you later, and we will have the class on Thursday and at last in Friday. Okay. These 4 days will be the class. Wednesday will be a session where I will entirely dedicate that one for you people. You have to come with your extra things. You have to discuss those things with us, and I will give certain tasks to you. Those things you have to show me on Wednesday. That means whatever the thing we have completed on Monday and Tuesday, okay, like I have completed one service in Monday and Tuesday. In Wednesday, we will be focusing on the thing that how to achieve our main goal, that is to clear the interview. Okay, everything is interview point of view. Okay, everything is interview point of view. Do not learn anything extra. Okay, don't learn anything extra. Whatever I will suggest, whatever I will give the notes, whatever I will give the concept, whatever I will give you some homework to do, that is important. And one thing again I am saying, making document of each and everything is very much essential. What you have to do, suppose we have learned, suppose EC2 instance, you have to prepare a document for that, and you have to upload those documents into the GitHub repo, and you have to get a URL from that. And while creating the resume, you have to mention each and every URL over there, so that who is going to take the interview, he will not ask you much questions, because he will already see that yes, this guy has performed everything and I have every clear cut idea. He has done each and every bit, so he will just go through the overview. He will not go a deep dive. Are you getting my point? So the main concept for us is to do regular practice. See, thousands of people across India, they are learning AWS, and they are doing all sort of work. Okay, but how many are getting job? Only 1 to 10 people will be getting job. Why? Because they have approached in a different manner. And I want you should also think in that different manner. Please try to approach in a different manner, because normal way is not possible. If you guys are thinking that clearing the interview with only the basic idea, is not going to happen. Okay, so I will request you to go through each bit by bit concept, whatever we have learned, whatever we are going to learn. Okay, now I am going to just give you a small idea about how our technique will be, how we will perform our course curriculum. Let me say you cloud migration. Okay, let me give you a concept about cloud migration. How many people here do know about cloud migration? Anyone?
Uh, I have experience only for the Office 365 migration.
Jesse, are you saying?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
audible.
Yeah, you are audible. See, if you are going to do a search in YouTube, okay, and honestly saying, if you do have a habit of searching the concept in YouTube, in Google, it is one of the best thing. Okay, why? Because it will give you a clear cut idea, or it will give you a clear cut path that yes, you have to go on this. But the thing is that he will not give you he will not take you to the exact goal. He will show you the path. Okay, now it is depending on depends on you, that how you are approaching the just a minute. Yeah, so how we are approaching for the means, suppose if you will go for, if you will search cloud migration, he will give you a clear cut idea about 7R. What is there? 7R. 7 hours. Okay, he will give you about 7R. What is 7R? Number one is refactor. Number two is rehost. Number three is replatform. Number four is relocate. Number five is retain. Number six is retire. And the last one, number seven, is repurchase. Okay, if you are going to do a search on the concept of cloud migration, the cloud platform, the YouTube or the Google will give you lot of documentation about these things. 7 Rs: refactor, rehost, replatform, relocate, retain, retire, or repurchase. Okay, they will give you a clear cut. Let me go to Paint. Let me elaborate these things a little bit more. Suppose, for example, you have a on premises right now. You have a on premises application going on. Okay, you have an on premises application going on, in which you do have almost like let us consider we have 200 services which is going on right now. We have 200 odd services which is going on right now. And what is the architecture? We can consider microservices, or we can consider monolithic. We can consider, it depends what is the architecture. It depends on entirely on you, like what is the architecture of the platform. Okay, what is the architecture of platform? It may be a microservices architecture, or it may be a monolithic architecture. So this is on premises, but what we need to do, we want it to be hosting. On premises means everything which is dedicatedly provided to the server. Like he has his own hardware, he has his own networking. Are you getting my point? Like he has his own hardware, okay, own network, own switches, and own everything dedicated. Okay. But now, because what is this? It is not cost effective. Right now, everything is migrating to the cloud. So it is not cost effective. So we are, suppose the company then plan to move into the cloud services. Okay. Whatever these services was there. Okay. Whatever these services is there, you want to transfer it to the cloud service. So this process is called as cloud migration. This process of transforming from on premises to any cloud platform is called as cloud migration. And there are 7 ways. There are 7 ways in which you can do, actually, like these are the 7 different techniques. These are the 7 different techniques. But if you are going to say your interviewer that yes, I have done a cloud migration and I have used refactor, rehost, replatform, relocate, retain, retire, repurchase, and I have done work on this, then do you think he will believe that you are working? You are a working professional? This is the basic difference of learning from a YouTube, from Udemy, and going for the interview. I can guarantee you these things, that very few people across the globe, they will give you this concept. Very few people. If I can count in my hands, like there is a guy from, I guess, Portugal, Stephen Marks. He has given a clear-cut idea. I think Abhishek is there in YouTube. He has also given a clear-cut idea on this. Only as of now, I can remember only 2 people across the whole globe of 750 millions of people. We have only 2 people who is giving the information what I am going to give. Okay. So see, everything you must learn not to gain knowledge. See, people will say gain knowledge, you will get the job automatically. But this is post 2008, post 2008 onwards, after the recession, we are having that ideology. Okay. But this era, which starts from last year November, with the recession which is going on USA and which is impacting the entire thing, here there is sorry guys, I'm extremely sorry. Here we are going to focus only on the thing that how we are going to crack the interview. Means our main ideology is not survival. Our main ideology is not the way of life. Our main ideology is how we are enjoying the life. Even if you are IT professional, if you are working only 10 hours and post that you are thinking how I can do, make a smooth way of running my life. So you have to be very cautious while reading and while gaining the concept. Your main ideology should be there to crack the interview. And whatever the topic I am going to give you, whatever the concept I am going to deliver you, if you only remember those things, and if you are going to approach to any interview, I can guarantee you that you will get passed. Right now, for example, if I will say the actual process of cloud migration is, number 1, we can say preparation. Number 2 is planning. Number 3, we will migrate. Number 4, we will monitor. Number 5, we will do optimize. Now, these 7R actually comes under these two segment only. Are you getting my point? The 7R which you have explained, that comes in the category of planning and preparation. 7R. This 7R is coming under planning and preparation. But if you will say to the interviewer, there are actually 5 stages of cloud migration. One is preparation, one is planning, one is migrate, one is monitor, and another is optimize. Suppose here, we have 200 services. Okay, we have 200 services. We had 200 services. Now in planning segment, we will categorize these 200 services into different components. We will categorize these 200 services in different component on basis of its criticality. Like I will not migrate all 200 at a time. No, this is not the correct procedure. We will migrate in 20 services first. We will migrate 20 services first. We will migrate 20 services based on the criticality. Who is having low tendency? Low tendency. That means the priority level, or we can say low priority. The first 20 services should be a low priority. Okay, you have to, this comes under preparation. You have to segregate your 200 services in such a manner that you should know. Sorry for the inconvenience. Ayush, can you let in Mudassir? I think he is in lobby. Okay. So what is our main thinking? What should be our main ideology in preparation segment? Then that we have to be very cautious to choose those services which is having low priority. Why we are considering the low priority first? Anyone can answer? Why we are considering the low priority first? Why we are considering the low priority first? What is the necessity? Why we are not considering the high priority one? Anyone? Whether it's wrong or right, doesn't matter for us. Guys, am I audible?
Yes.
Guys?
Audible. Yes.
Yes. Please answer. See, because if I will take the high priority ones first, then the criticality will be more. Suppose if something goes wrong, then it is difficult for us to manage the entire services. So the low priority we are considering, just a second. I think someone is trying. Okay, I will give him just a minute. Just a moment. I'll let in. Hey, hi, Mudassir. Just give me the confirmation whether the screen is visible or not. Okay. Now our main ideology is that we need to choose that which one is low priority and which should not impact our entire services. Okay. So that we will create a path first, the migration process. Like in this planning segment, we will choose predominantly these three: refactor, rehost, and replatform are the three things which we are going to implement in our organization. 99 people, 99% of company using these three instead of going for these four, because also for the cost optimization. Here the cost is very less and the task is easy. Cost is less, task is easy. Okay, and in this, cost is more, task is complicated. Okay, so the company used to prefer only these three. In planning segment, you have to be just specific that how you are doing, what is refactor, rehost, and all. Suppose right now you have 220 odd services we have chosen. These 20 odd services, what we will do in third thing, we will just do a thing which is called as, what we are going to do, we are going to focus only on lift and shift concept. What the concept is called as lift and shift concept. Okay, like here I have 20 services now, 20 services which is working in three namespace. Okay, what I will do, I will just lift from this on premises using any one of these refactor, rehost, or replatform, and I will migrate it into the cloud environment. This process is called as migration. Okay, then whatever the services we have transferred, we will attach those services to some of the CloudTrail activity to check out the logs and all. Okay, we will attach to the CloudTrail or CloudWatch. Why? For log collection. And that comes under monitor. That means you have to monitor the services which has been migrated to the cloud, and you have to see the behavior, how it is working. Is it impacting or not? What is the necessity of this? Now the necessity is that whenever we are going to follow any high priority, whenever we are going to follow any high priority services, then it will be easy for us to showcase the path, because we have already done the work in these things in the low priority zone. So it will be not a heavy task for us to do the migration in these high priority services. This comes under the monitoring, and the necessity of monitoring also you do understand now. And lastly, optimize. Optimize means cost optimization, time optimization. That means suppose a 20 services we have taken, and we have taken suppose for log collection and all, and we have done the monitoring for 6 months. 6 months. It is well and good. But when it will come under, when it will be for the high priority, okay, we cannot take 6 months because we cannot take risk, because our cloud, our all entire application is running on the high priority service. So we need to optimize. We need to be very specific that we have to be very accurate within certain period of time, like few days we have to take, few days. Okay, so this entire thing of having a preparation, planning, migrate, monitor, and optimize. If you will say these things, to the interviewer, I can guarantee you that no interviewer is there who can reject you. But if you will learn the concept, only these things, and if you are going to say only this concept, see, two people will be there who knows everything of this, but he do not know this. Then he will struggle. He will not get the job. And do you know one very beautiful thing? We do not need to know all 7 R. No, only one is enough to do the mastery of this migration, and you can handle any sort of situation. Are you getting my point? So be very precise, be very focused on the things what you are learning. No need of learn lot of services. Nothing is required. You have to be very precise, learn short, grow big. That should be our motto. Okay? And the next motto is we should be very consistent enough. Sorry guys. Are you getting my point? Up to now, everything is clear, or do you have any sort of doubt?
All clear.
Yes, Pooja, you have raised your hand. Do you have any doubt?
No doubt, all clear.
Sorry?
No doubt.
Okay. Have you understood the concept, whatever we have learned? And now do you have a brief idea that how we are going to proceed? Jesse, Sai, Mudassir.
Yeah.
Mudassir, you will get the recording of this. Don't worry. Okay. I will share the recording within few hours.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Jesse, what is your point of view up to now?
So this is like awesome. I understand the cloud migration, and you explain in very depth, and like it's like completely practical things which you explain. So as of now, I'm not aware about the actual process of the cloud migration, like these 7R and all these things. This is like
Okay.
awesome. It's thanks.
So see, this entire process will be like this only. Every day you will get to know a lot of concept. Are you getting my point? Every day you will get the concept like this. Okay. So again I am saying how will be our class timetable. Our class timetable will be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday will be not off. Here we will have discussion of the entire week, whatever we have done. And I want everyone to do the document. And I want a dedicated time from your side, like 1 hour or 2 hours. See, to make this happen, to make this class happen today, from last 7 days, me and my team was doing too much hard work. Okay. See, whatever I am giving you the concept, behind it lot of responsibility along with lot of dedication I am doing. You are my first batch, and I want each one of you should be placed within 2 to 3 months. Focus on communication, focus on your concept, focus on the things what you are going to learn, and I can guarantee you that you will get a job. But way of approach to the interview should change. No one is going to ask you the direct question, what is Jenkins, what is CI/CD, what is cloud migration, what is EC2 instance. Don't believe on those things now. That is just post-COVID era where you found these flexible questions. But now the questions are totally different. I am taking interview, I know the concept, how we are taking the resources. So please be precise, okay? And from tomorrow onwards, we will be starting the class exactly at 6:30, okay? So please be on time. And from let's join hand together and let's start this entire path. And let's hope that within 2 to 3 months, everyone will get a job with certain dedication. And I want 1000% from each side, from each of you. 1000. Especially Pooja, Ayush, Sai. For you, the communication is mandatory. Plan something for that. Where you are lagging, work on those things. Is it clear?
Yeah, bhaiya.
So let's meet tomorrow at same time. Sai, I think 6:30 will be okay for you. You do not have any official work at that time.
Yes, Pritesh, yes.
Cool. So 6:30 to 7:45 will be our class timing. Okay. So I will stop here today. And you will get all the recordings by tomorrow. Sorry, by